That's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Space to run past the 20, and he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
6-18. Go.
To throw again, Carr. Going to throw right side here, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Go. Get set.
Here's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gone!
Back to throw here. Steps away to his left. And that's caught by Smith. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. They're going to look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Running with Kamara. And room there to work it inside the 25. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Kamara. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Raiders. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. He finds an opening past the 40. And the cutback. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. Give him 58 yards on the ground. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Hey. Monday, down. You ready? Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go, G. Here I come again.
Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. 29. Working from the gun, it's Carr. It's a loss of 8 there on the 1st down play. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Go. Get set.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Sheldon Rankins in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Go. Get set.
From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
He's going to launch this thing. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And some space here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Detroit!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Traquan Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them.
He's got them in. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
6-18.
And that one results in 35 yards. They go play action here on first down. And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him. His second sack now of the afternoon. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
6-18.
On play action. Now Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
He'll drop to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He's back to throw. And Hill with it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. The two big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
Flush to his right, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Back to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Get down. We're waiting.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Oakland, their winning ways continue as they get it. Take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the
We coming, man. Perfect guys, man. P&V. Skirt, skirt.
With special guest, Jake Prof.
15, when I saw my first 100 bids, got my first 100 bids and made it through the running, man. They know how we coming, man. Gotta get this money, man. I came up from nothing, had to turn it into something, man. 15, when I saw my first 100 bids, got my first 100 bids and made it through the running, man. They know how we coming, man. Go and get this money, man. I came up from nothing, had to turn it into something, man.